So look, huge thanks for joining myself. I'm here with Jonathan, David, who's been featured in the magazine, which is, can you just hold it up for my, so I know it's going to be in reverse order, but David's article is on, is it lease extensions?
Yep, lease extensions.
And David's already got another article for the next magazine, which will be coming out from our monthly meets as well. It's not going to be a monthly basis magazine, it's going to be dedicated to post-summit, just to give readers an idea of how the summit went. So look, I'm delighted that Ronald Fletcher Baker, the headline sponsors, and I'm delighted that we're going to have a number of partners there on Saturday. So Rudy, I know I haven't really focused on yourself, so let me just bring the camera around. Makes you look a little bit small in the camera. Sorry, I don't mean it to be. But you're one of the most influential lawyers in London. So in terms of significance, you're one of the top. Your biography, how do you define yourself? I know the company is in the top 500, but yourself, Rudy?
Yeah, so I'm also a Legal 500 leading individual, so that for property litigation, so that places me quite well amongst people in the industry in terms of, you know, if you need someone to solve a problem, often around development.
Okay, so look, on Saturday, just to make sure it's absolutely clear, look, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Hopefully it's going to be more than once in a lifetime, but certainly in 2019, for you to have access, not just to hear the presentations, but also to tap on Rudy's shoulder at a time, you know, and, you know, discuss some issues you have. So what's a typical issue right now which you're solving for your clients, Rudy?
So we're typically, I mean, it can involve in, you know, kind of redevelopment strategies, vacant possession strategies on sites that are mixed use, commercial and residential. I have a particular specialism in that. You know, David works a lot on the high end residential side of things and solving issues when, you know, investors are looking to purchase your not your normal type of property, and we're doing a couple of interesting things for people that will no doubt be in the room on your event. And Jonathan Chan, he's obviously a face that not many people have seen in terms of your events, but he's part of our team, and he's you know, an exceptionally talented solicitor. He'll be there as well.
Mafuz, do you want to grab a chair?
Yeah, come on, Mafuz, yeah, you're here. You might as well just say hello.
Just say hello.
Mafuz, just come into the video.
Okay, sorry, Mafuz hasn't done his hair, so...
so this is Mafuz. Look, what's a typical... Have you got you on screen? Yeah.
Looking good, Mafuz.
What typically do you get asked by clients? What's coming up again and again in terms of key themes?
So, well, there's a lot of stuff around development. There's a lot of opportunities out there.
So it's live. So look. While Mafuz is trying to get his attention, and I'm sure he's not going to be laughing at all on Saturday because he's got an agenda. He, in fact, is asking me for more bonus time as well. So Mafuz is a little bit shy, to say the least, but he won't be shy on Saturday. So look, on Saturday, as I said, you can connect with Rudy, David, Jonathan. Is it Irina as well?
Yeah,
Irina,
And Laura.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
in terms of your connections on Saturday, what are good conversations you'd like to have on Saturday, Rudy? Because it's not just about the actual event from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And look, at the moment, if you're wondering, I'm trying to twist Rudy's arm in terms of ads. So that was the discussion beforehand. Yeah. But what are conversations you'd like to have on Saturday?
Well, I just love meeting new people, meeting developers, meeting investors, whether they're starting out in this or been doing this for, you know, decades, chatting about what issues they've currently got at the moment, and trying to work out, trying to add some value.
So just to come into that, and I did mention the Brexit word to Rudy, and Rudy ducked it for the moment. So we didn't go into too much about Brexit. I'm sure that's going to be one of the things which we will be doing on Saturday, though. You know, one of the key points of overcoming challenges as a developer is the market. So, Rudy, what do you think will be, you know, in terms of that panel, overcoming challenges as a developer? You're with Paul Higgs on that panel. 2 brand new panelists to my event, Val Bagnall of Apex Airspace Developments, and you've also got Ravi Sharma from Respublica. And of course, you've got Rob Wilkinson as well. Now, Rudy asked me who's chairing that panel, a very significant influencer. I had her book a couple of days ago. In fact, the forwards by, it's more me speaking, sorry. More by Sharon Lecter, the forward. Sharon Lecter co-wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, you know, massive thanks to Binder for taking time out on Saturday. Legal background as well, but also property investor, property mentor. So look, that's one of the panels. What are you looking forward to most on Saturday? Is it the networking? Because I know, Rudy, for example, at the previous event, Ronald Fletcher Baker stayed to the end. And when I say the end, I don't mean at 5 p.m. You literally were there to the closing of the bar. And that's why I'm staying at the hotel overnight. Literally, you know, because the network is so valuable.
Yeah.
You know, do you remember 1 or 2 people you met at the last summit, who they were, or what they do, or what impressed you? Because you came in as a headline sponsor, so some people must have really impressed you.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Evan was there, and Evan was, you know, a new connection for us to get to know him.
So just to make sure, and I know it goes back to me again, on Saturday it won't be going back to me at all, because Piotr will be co-hosting and I'll be in the background, and I'm sure I'm going to be busy with the exhibitors and sponsors looking after them. But in terms of Evan McDonald, who's I've been lucky enough to see his development in Gloucester, Evan would be disappointed for me to say an early stage, but earlier stage. It's not completely finished by any stretch. Been to his development in Kent as well. So what impressed you about Evan? And I know Evan's speaking on Saturday. Yeah. In fact, he's going to be chairing a panel focused on build to rent as well. Plus, he's going to give the summary of his findings for the event as well.
Well, I mean, it was just, I wasn't particularly aware of Evan at the time, and so it's a good opportunity to kind of understand him and his journey. It's a shame that he's not on actually the panel of, overcoming development challenges, because I know that from experience he's very, very well experienced in that. So that's great. There's lots of people in the room, and you just don't know who you're going to meet afterwards. Obviously at the bar, make me sound like I stayed there till closing time. Probably did, but
because it's a really nice venue as well. It's very central. It's easy to get to, and look, it's not just Ronald Fletcher Baker who stayed. What does that hold you to that promise, Brendan? The fact that I won't be interfering and getting involved in speaking. I understand that, PR, and I probably won't be. Literally maybe a minute or two. I was supposed to have my own 5-minute slot, but I've moved that because to give other people airtime. Because I don't know if you noticed, but we've got, for example, from does it have it in the agenda? The agenda's changed a number of times. We've got Justin Carr, for example, from the Mayor's office. He's a senior manager, so responsible for public land at the GLA. So I'm really delighted that Justin has confirmed, and Richard Bowser's going to be interviewing Justin. Was there anyone, David, you were there, was there anyone who came to mind? I think you were on the panel with Thomas. Is that right? Have I got that right?
I was on a panel with a few people. You sprung that one on me last year, but it was really enjoyable.
I thought you meant this year, right now.
No, well that might happen, but hopefully not. And we also, I think, did a video afterwards with Richard Bowser, and that was it was good to connect with him, chat with him, and work together with him then and thereafter with Fiona and the people at Property Investor News. And also, Foster De Novo, there's several people we've connected with, we work well with now. We build good relationships. That's one of the key things you get out of this. You build a lot of relationships. Mafuz, Rudy, it's fun. And you get
Jay's watching this as well. Jay, I promise I'm going to make this a short video, because I asked these guys to just stay behind for a few minutes. And look, I think that really comes to an end for the moment. We're going to have a lot more time on Saturday. Any final words, Jonathan? Because I haven't given you much airtime.
No,
Sorry.
it's my first time going. Obviously, I've heard these guys talk about it after last year, and it's really impressive the high caliber people who come to these events, and it's just quite exciting for us to all trying to connect with like-minded individuals, I guess, and
So,
to be part of their journey throughout their developments.
So just to remind you, it's on Saturday. You've got the team from Ronald Fletcher Baker, 3 partners: David, Rudy, Mafus, Jonathan, and Irina, and Laura.
And Laura.
And Tanaz. Okay, so look, that's it. I promise it would be a short video, and it's.
So Brennan, what's Tanaz's surname again?
That's a good question. I'll leave that to Piotr, because that's why Piotr's the co-host.
Okay.
Thank you.